We got more Tulsi Gabbard.
Mm-hmm. And how we're all doomed.
Yeah, is it me or you?
I'll do it. Tulsi Gabbard is running for president of a country that she believes has wrought horror on the world, and she wants its citizens to remember that. She's from Hawaii, and she spends each morning surfing. But that is not what she talks about in this unlikely campaign. She talks about the horror. She lists countries: Afghanistan, Libya, Syria, Cuba, Vietnam, Iraq. Failure after failure, she says. To drive the point home, she wants to meet the Sioux tribe reservation in North Dakota, where she
Sue.
explains the Sioux. I'm sorry.
You're
The
good.
United States government committed its original atrocity. These indigenous people have been disrespected, mistreated, with broken promises and desecrated lands, says Miss Gabbard. Former soldier?
She's not wrong.
No. We've wrought horror on the world since 1945 and before in the American continent, North and South America. Central America, we've destroyed recently. And that's why
Recently,
we have somewhat
recently in the
recently.
past,
Yeah,
always, ever since
always,
the United States,
constantly.
the United States of Central America, or what do they call it, the Federal Republic of Central America?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever that broke up,
FRC.
that we've had our hand dipped in Central American politics. I mean, the term banana republic comes from those countries having basically they focus, hyper specialized industry in the sense they just grew shit tons of bananas for
Mm-hmm.
the U.S. consumer base.
Was that when it was
Um,
still Gross Michelle bananas?
I'm pretty sure. But like they were all like huge businessmen propped up by the U.S. because
Mm-hmm.
we want them bananas. Obviously that didn't last long. Then you got
With the
the
death of the Gross Michelle, move
hmm
on to the Cavendish. Whole
yeah, and
population.
we wonder
There,
why there were
that might be a
communist.
great. Yeah,
What was it, Nicaragua? Wasn't that communist for a while? The
I think
Sandinistas.
so. I think
Yeah, we
most of them
wonder
had
why
communist
they wanted to.
uprising.
Yeah, we wonder why there's communism in the hemisphere. It's not because Soviet influence.
We're
It's
destroying
supported by
countries.
Soviet influence, but the Soviet influence isn't the cause. It's because the U.S. is not a very friendly neighbor. I mean, Monroe Doctrine. It's gonna
And
come
people
back
and
to
people
bite us
wonder
one
why
day.
all of these immigrants are flooding into this country.
It's like you've ruined everywhere else. Where else am I supposed to go? Yeah, she's right though. Tulsi is right. It will
Mm-hmm.
come back to bite us if we don't shed empire like the British did. Where we're just like, all right, we're done. Bye. Going
Yeah.
back to Ireland. We're keeping the Falklands up. If we don't do that, then it's gonna bite us in the ass.
Yeah.
It's like if it gets really bad, who knows? Maybe those natives, the very natives we oppressed, rise up against us. Their populations are pretty small, but still, what kind of loyalty have we fostered toward, especially towards minority groups in the country? Like, what kind of loyalty have we fostered? It's like, we hate you. We don't want you here. We're gonna push you off, sideline you, keep you downtrodden. It's like, all right, but you still got to be a patriot and love this country until your dying
Mm-hmm.
breath. I don't know. It's like if you want people to love the U.S., you got to make the U.S. a likable country.
I
I
know.
mean, our culture is a huge exporter, but so is our arms industry. I
I
think
don't.
since post World War II, we've literally done nothing but destabilize the world.
I want a thriving social democracy, slightly isolationist, protectionist trade policy,
The U.S. is best when it's isolationist. I
shining
don't
city
think
on a
we can go
hill.
back. Yeah, I don't think we can go back to like pre-World War II isolationism, but still, we work our best when we don't give a shit about the rest of the world. Let everybody else tear each other apart,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll come in at the last minute and save the day. That's what
What
we're good
happened to
at.
the public being super against going to war across seas?
Um, the militarism in the country the past couple decades has been ramped up. Trump's trying to ramp up militarism now as we speak.
I mean, the
It's
public didn't even support World War II until we were attacked by Japan. So
yeah, that's
let's go back
true,
to
but
those days.
yeah, where the public just overwhelmingly doesn't support war, and neither do the politicians.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? It's because the public doesn't support war, but the politicians do. It all goes back to money and politics.
Yes, it does. Military-industrial complex is a bitch.
Yeah, it's the military-industrial complex is ramping up militarism in the U.S. It's not helping anybody in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, before what we sow gets, or before we reap what we sow, we should just pull back, be like, all right, guys, bye-bye.
It was a fun time. See you later.
The giant needs to sleep again. The giant is very tired. He needs to go back to bed.
Yeah.
You got the
Yeah.
Russian bear, you got the American giant. But the giant is tired. The bear has been slain, and the giant's getting really tired.
Time to rest. All right. Well, now